Oh, appreciate you. Yo, we're just gonna dive in.
So yeah, people
Okay.
people just be throwing tantrums.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was saying she was throwing a tantrum, right? And destroying the store. A couple months later, she got COVID.
That's karma.
It's always them. It's
Unfortunately.
literally
Karma.
always those people.
We know what type of people they are. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
I think it's like a direct correlation. Like, I don't know how they don't see, but it's like you don't wear a mask, you say it's fake and all this and that. You're touching people, you're doing
Awesome comparison.
and then you
Conspiracy.
get COVID. It's like
Exactly.
it must be real. It can't be fake if you get it every time you don't do what you're supposed to do.
How you have like millions of people dying and then you say it's a fake and it's not real. It's fake news.
Shit.
How Sway? How? Like
Yeah.
It's really insane. Like we're 300,000 deaths in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, almost 350.
It's a mental disease. Like,
Yeah, that's more than 10% of the population. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
It's not normal. Like, people
Do you
talk
guys
about
think
it's
that
just like the flu. Now go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're good. I was gonna ask if you guys think Biden's actually gonna shut us down when he gets in office.
I would hope so.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he's going to try to do it in moderation because there's still a lot of pushback from, especially Republican states. So I think he's going to try to do it in moderation. I don't know if he's going to just like say, all right, now we're in lockdown. But I think for certain things, like he might put like limitations on travel through air.
Yeah. I know like Larry Hogan is definitely tired of us here in Maryland. I've been seeing like his tweets and stuff and like he's really trying to, what are we shut down or weren't we supposed to be like in moderation?
I know Anne Arundel was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like they're
Marketed.
trying to go back in the phase. Like
Okay.
restaurants are supposed to like close by 10 or something like that in the weekend.
Okay.
But I don't want Larry Hogan to say anything because, like he started opening bars, restaurants, and clubs.
Exactly.
And all that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm not trying to hear anything from Larry Hogan.
And like the whole 10 p.m. thing, like, I mean, COVID's there 24/7. So I don't get that.
My thing is, if you're gonna put in, rules or laws saying people can't do this, make it make sense and make it, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
It's
Yeah.
Don't change now, like to appease people. Like they can wait.
Right.
You can shop online, honestly, and buy clothes. Like
Exactly.
you can do takeout.
Yeah, even if it's unpopular, like that's why you're a leader though. Like sometimes you have to do unpopular things.
Sometimes you can't be liked. Like
so for the better, but it has to be for the betterment of your people.
You still getting paid. You still getting them paychecks. Like
lives over like your opinion. We can't really like kick him out for that. He has to be.
Oh no, we kick him out.
We can kick him out. Well, yeah.
What's your fault?
Yeah. But he's I think he's done, right? This is his second term, so he's gone regardless. Yeah.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
Unless can he run again in Maryland?
I think he has to wait like 4 years and then he can run again. I think that's the law.
Okay. So
I guess he could just sit out for a little bit and come back, but
I was never good at government.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like my grade was it? Oh, high school. Like
that high school government class hit different.
That was not my subject at all.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm saying my history teacher in high school made us memorize all the presidents
Really?
Yeah. So
All the presidents.
after that,
So wait,
after that,
how many?
everything
How
was
many?
easy, yo. Like, huh?
What? How many? What number? How many? Because you.
Oh,
would-
it was up to Bush then. So it was
Oh,
what,
yeah.
43 presidents.
43.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
all
it
right.
was, yeah.
I know
So-
like 10.
I feel like I know.
Not in
I feel
that
like
order.
I feel like I know the important
Shut up.
ones, like the real important ones. I don't know. Like.
Nah, we had to know them in chronological order.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
nah.
different.
We
I
got
could
tested
never.
by it.
I could never.
No.
That's funny.
Yeah, shout out to Church Farm School.
I thought you were about to say shout out to one of the presidents. Like shout out to
Nah, I don't know that, man.
Nah.
Shout out to Barack. Shout out to Barack.
Yes.
Hey, yo, that's the only person I shout out. 44.
Shout out Barack too.
44. Drop the mic.
44. I don't know the rest. I just know 44.
I don't know them. Who are they?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's funny.
yeah.
But what are like? You
Oh no, go ahead, Sam.
Where
No,
does
go ahead.
What do you guys like goals for like 2021? Like, because I know everybody makes like a bucket list or stuff you want to do, but like, what is like something like you guys actually want to like have accomplished by like the end of 2021?
Live a healthier lifestyle. You know, and that's everything from eating to working out more to, you know, everything. Just live a healthier lifestyle.
I think by the end of 2021, I know it sounds far-fetched, but I want to reach 500,000 streams.
It's not far fetched. It's
Yeah.
achievable.
That's what I want.
I mean, we started a label in 2020. It wasn't even the plan. Like,
Bro.
Yeah.
that was just a
Yeah.
saying for 2019. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
let me look at how we come. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I just want to like continue networking. Yeah, probably like try to exercise more, get in the gym more, stay more active.
Started going to the gym. I went one time. It was rough. Planet Fitness. I went there and I was like, okay, so how did these machines work? I know people were looking at me like, girl. And like I would be there for like 5 minutes at each machine, just kind of being like, it's not for me, but you know, I'm definitely trying to, you know, get a little more tone, like cut back on like the little food babies, because all I have time to do is like eat, you know. Mama's learning new recipes, like, and I'm trying to cut down my French fry consumption.
What you
so.
chefing, cooking up in the kitchen?
Oh man, like all these different, Jesus, like pineapple chicken.
That sounds good. I'm
these
coming to
little,
your
like,
house for dinner. Like,
beef type things, like shrimp. She's learning how to make shrimp, like just kind of everything. I'm like, go on.
okay.
Come on,
Yo.
shrimp. Come
Yo,
on,
yo,
I love
shrimp.
shrimp. That's
Shrimp.
my favorite seafood.
Yo, Frankie, I can't eat shrimp, but when's the cookout?
No,
When's it
but for
cook
real
out?
though.
No, literally when Corona's done, like we're just gonna
Okay.
throw one. Like we're
Okay.
just
Alright, bet.
part, like
And in
party
our
at my
cookout of
house.
hers.
Cool.
Yeah,
Those-
literally.
those, like, hey.
Literally.
Bet.
Somebody bring the potato salad though. Like
Oh yeah, of course.
the homemade though.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
No raisins.
I got the alcohol. Got you.
Hey.
Ooh, I think
Just
also,
sipping. We're not gonna get too crazy. You just
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just sipping. You know.
I think what I tell? I think I told somebody like I want to like sign, like have at the end of the year have like at least like 10. That's a big goal. I mean, but it's possible.
And signed artists.
Yes,
Bruh.
maybe including like producers. So you know,
5 and 10, yeah. That'd be
So-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta be busy.
I was telling Sam like looking for a female vocalist for sure for the
Yes,
label.
yes.
Marketing more. Just getting out there more. I mean, like I remember when we like made the Instagram page and seeing it go from like 0 to
To like 333. Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
Because feel like a
So-
goal could be for us to have. I know it's far fetched with COVID right now, but I'm hoping that by the summer it would be cool if we could have at least like one live performance, like have at least one live showcase. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I
Tried, you know, and mandated like if it has to be, but I'm just like I'm really waiting for that energy. Like
Yeah.
live shows, live showcases.
at least one by the end of 2021 if COVID is still being weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
we could do
I
even
think with
like
the vaccines and all that, we can realistically do one probably like
Yeah.
midsummer.
Z, what were you saying?
yeah, no, summer, fall. I was saying like even if we had to do it outside and
That's
have,
what
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even
so the
spring concerts.
vaccine. Like, let's talk about vaccines. Like, who's skeptical about the vaccine?
I
I'm
am.
skeptical,
Yeah.
but I'm still gonna get it.
At this point, I'm like, look.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm skeptical, because there's a lady who got the vaccine,
Mhm.
had the vaccine in her system, and still contracted COVID-19.
I heard about that.
Did she
And
get
I'm
both
still-
doses or
and-
just one though?
And this is the thing though. She got multiple dosages, but this is what is very confusing to me is, you know, I naturally just believe that the body will contract a virus when it's time and it'll fight it naturally. Let it contract it the way it should. When you are injecting yourself with a vaccine, you are skipping the process of how you normally contract it naturally. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's not wrong. Or I said that twice. My point is, you know, I believe in science. You know, I am a man of faith. Y'all know that I'm a man of faith, but I believe in science. And I feel like a vaccine, a worthy vaccine, is going to take at least 2.5 years. I feel like at the rate that we did receive the vaccine was just because of funding, because a lot of us did donate last year to fund the pharmaceuticals to find a vaccine at a very fast rate. But the fact that, you know, but she's kind of like what my point where I'm like, is this really a vaccine that's going to be beneficial to us, or is it going to be a waste of time?
But isn't like the flu shot the same though? Like, can't you contract the flu after getting the flu shot? Isn't that like with any vaccine? Like, there's still the chance that you're gonna.
You can, yeah.
You can.
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's 95%. You know.
So is the vaccine in a sense like just something to speed up your recovery process?
It's supposed to help stop the spread.
It helps stop the spread, but it also if you get it, you're not gonna get as severe a reaction from it as if you were to get it naturally. Right.
Because who's to say that, you know, this can't travel through email? Like, I need to put my mask on right now. Like, you know,
I'm dead. Not email. But I remember them saying that at least, but they're saying that everybody needed to get the virus because it wouldn't, and the vaccine wouldn't be available to like 2022.
Right.
Saying everybody had to be infected. So I'm not about to be anybody's guinea pig. I'm just gonna say that. Like, you're not gonna inject me with substances that have been tested.
Yeah. My thing right now is like I feel like I'm skeptical, but I also feel like it's 95% effective, right? And it's like, all right, do I take this and have some sense of security, you know, have some sense of like, all right, I'm probably safe, versus not taking it and it's like, all right, if I get this, I'm probably gonna die. Like, like that's like, you know, that's like my reasoning behind it right now. So I feel like upon availability, I would take it. But yeah, I'm with y'all. I am skeptical.
I just don't want this thing to drag much longer than it has to be. Like,
exactly.
I'm tired. Like, we're all tired. It's almost a year. Like, who would have thought?
In my personal opinion, I feel like the vaccine is a very wise idea for now, considering that the virus, just like any flu, has adapted. And I feel like we owe it to ourselves to keep up with that and adapt with the virus adapting too. That way that, you know, if it for some reason becomes some type of bubonic plague,
Jesus.
You know, we already have something in our system that can combat that.
Right.
Yeah. And I also think the thing is like if we allow it to
But don't
if
mind
not
me.
enough people get vaccinated,
I'm just-
and we allow it to keep on mutating, then it's going to be like a flu shot where you have to get,
Every year.
yeah, you have to get vaccinated every year, and that's not okay because I don't get the flu shot. Like,
Really?
Same.
My
I've
mom
never-
makes
Yeah,
me
no,
and
I
my
like that.
dad get it. My mom
No,
makes us.
I got the
Yeah,
flu
no.
shot one time when I was in the Navy, and that's the only time I've ever gotten the flu.
Did you get the flu
Wow.
that year?
You got the shot?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, I got sick from the shot. Right?
Mm.
That's the only time I've ever had like flu-like symptoms or been or
Really?
had the flu.
I've never gotten the flu shot, honestly.
Say- Oh, the shot. I've never gotten the flu, but I've gotten the shot. I wouldn't say regularly every year though.
Mhm.
At Catholic school though, like we had to get like the flu mist. So it
What
went
is-
through your
what is that?
nose, a mist through your nose, instead of giving you a shot, because they'd come to the school and they'd give it to us.
Oh wow.
See,
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the other thing. It shouldn't be a mandatory thing. People should just, you should
Yeah,
allow.
because
people
that will
to-
scare people. If they make it mandatory, it will definitely people will be like, oh,
Yeah,
My biggest
government's
thing, if you're not
tracking. and stuff.
if you're not gonna make it mandatory though, just please wear your mask. Because that's my problem is the people that have a complaint for every single thing with it. Like, okay, we don't want to take the shot, but we also don't want to wear a mask, but we also don't want to social distance and like all that
Exactly.
stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
like really? So I mean,
Yeah.
at least do one of them.
And I
If
feel like
you're not gonna.
and that makes so much sense because I feel like Americans are just not accountable. Like they just don't want this to be real.
We're not.
Like this
We're
is
a party.
they literally don't want it to be real. I'm like, guys, New Zealand are living free.
They
They're
had
literally-
concerts.
Australia is living.
Like-
Australia just had a concert, bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, and that stuff is insane to me. Like I see videos of them; they are lollygagging down the streets. They are cuddling.
Like we can do this, but y'all gotta like stop going to the club.
You gotta compromise at least. Like if you're not gonna
just
do
for one
something-
weekend. Just for
No,
one weekend.
I
You
mean,
cannot go to the
let's
club.
really talk about what accountability would look like. New Zealand shut their borders down last year in June. From June all the way till August, they quarantined and they locked down. And guess what? From August to the end of the year, they were good. They kept their borders locked, but they was going outside. They was cooling. They were like, "This is life."
Mhm.
We got over that virus. Y'all sitting there suffering
And we suffering here in the States
because it's really just because we're disobedient. Like,
Yeah.
it's a shame. And that's why I want to go to New Zealand, guys. But
Same.
Oh,
See,
Freedom
I was
gone
gonna say,
wrong.
didn't you want to go to
Yeah.
and
I'm
then
trying
our
to be
trip to
out.
New Zealand?
I just want to stand at their border and be like, guys, we have the same mindset. They, like, I'm not with them.
All right.
I'm with y'all.
I don't know them no more. I don't
Be
know.
like, look
But
at
like
me.
this. Oh my god.
Be like, look at me. Like, I got you. Like, I really get it. Like, quarantine, stay in the house, wear your mask. Don't take me in. Hurry, he's coughing. Like, that's what I want. Like, so bad. Man, it's crazy, but I feel like it'll get better though, because people are starting to kind of get the picture now that they're realizing that, no, McDonald's really isn't open for 24 hours anymore.
It's not. Chick-fil-A.
How do you feel?
It's
How you
not.
feel?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
No, it was
I
very
just-
bittersweet for me last night at I think 11 or 12. I
11
was
or
very
12.
I was very hungry and
Yeah, they
Oh,
close
my.
early now. I think sadly it just takes like people like it's a personal thing. Like it's not
Yeah.
real until it's like your auntie or your
Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah,
or
that's what it
you
is.
have
It really is.
Definitely.
Then you understand like it actually is real and it can kill you and everything.
Yeah.
So,
because I know a guy right now who's in the hospital. He contracted COVID 2 months ago. Dude has
Wow.
organ failure, is
Oh.
hooked up to machines. Like he is fighting for his life.
Crazy.
And this is a dude who I know him to be like the healthiest guy that I know. And so for him to contract and he's fighting for his life, even me and him are just like, we're shook about it.
Mhm.
And, just keep him in prayer, dudes, because he's like,
You'll do.
he's
Yeah.
fighting. He's fighting, man. But
Yeah.
it's very real. Don't let the media deceive you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's no joke. Like I had it. And I'll tell you right now, it's not fun.
Yeah, you did tell us. Yeah.
You feel like you just feel horrible. Your head hurts, you got migraines, Like, and I didn't even have it that severe to your friend's condition.
Did
But,
you lose your your smell and like
Your taste.
your taste?
I did for a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Bet that was scary.
Yeah, it's terrible.
yeah. But at that point, I was just so I lost it actually when I was starting to feel better. You know.
Mm.
So yeah. So it was At that point, I lost it. I was just like, all right, whatever. Like,
Right.
I don't have a fever anymore. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'll be all right.
Did you have like a cough too or no?
I didn't have a cough. Like I had like a suppressed cough. Like it was like I wanted to cough, but I couldn't cough.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah. So I had that. I had a fever the first 2 days, and then after the first 2 days, I started recovering, but I was still like really sluggish and just kind of out of it for like a week, basically a week and a half.
We're happy you're still here, kicking it, giving it. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate you not dying because
thank you for not.
I feel like if you had done that, that would have been disrespectful to me.
It would.
We would have, you know.
You're our first signee, so you can't have you dying like like
me at your funeral. I would have come right up. I'm mad at you.
Right.
Because I feel like
as he sees that
Oh my Lord.
He stares down his casket.
Yeah.
Doing them vocal runs someday. Like
I'm like, bro, we didn't even do a song. Like, I can't believe this. How dare you cross over? And
put a microphone to his face, like his corpse, like ooh.
like what you got to say? Yeah, I'll hold my mic up right to you. Be like, what you got to say about this? Nothing. Like before. Nothing. Like, oh wow. And but that we appreciate and we love everybody that gets over that virus because that is just a true act of strength. Because there's really no support system. There's no counseling for COVID. You know, this is all new to everybody. So it's really just awesome that people are getting through it. There's a whole lady who, I put it on my Facebook. She's like 103 and she just got over it. And she went and got herself a beer.
Okay.
Literally like the ones in their 100s that are like.
I kid you not, y'all. She's sitting there like this, like just holding up her bottle. And she like, yes. She said,
I still got
you like, I made it. I'm like, yo. I'm like, we love to see it.
I tell you, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah.
It's amazing that when older people get through it, because it's like, they're far more at risk. You know, so it's you know, we're wishing a happy and healthy 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Live like you 21.
Right.
Hey.
Right. Right. You got a birthday in a couple days.
Hey. Welcome
to we love to see it.
We gotta get Frankie drunk. Like we gonna get Frankie drunk.
Oh
so
my
I need an honest reaction to the voice note I sent on New Year's. Did y'all appreciate that voice note?
Did I hear it?
Did you say I did? I don't think I saw a voice note.
Yeah, I
don't
thought
think
I
I
just
saw
saw
a
a
voice
text.
note.
I feel like I sent a very crazy voice note with very strange sounds, and it was because I was intoxicated. But it was
he got some Nicki Minaj like them ad libs like she was doing when she first came out. Like
So Sam heard it. It was honestly.
Oh my God.
The next morning when I woke up and I played that, and I was like, "Who had my phone?" And then I was like, "Oh my God, that is really me making."
That's really me.
That's really me.
I felt so bad.
A different creature.
I'm gonna be bougie. Like I'm gonna want all those like fruity drinks that you get at like the restaurant.
I bet.
Yeah.
Bring on the Shirley Temple.
With the umbrella, the Shirley Temple.
Oh my
God. I'm gonna tell you, go ahead and try a tequila sunrise.
Speaking of tequila sunrise,
it changes life.
I got it.
Change your life.
I had my first tequila sunrise at BJ's. I had never eaten at BJ's ever
Oh.
until over the weekend. And it was kind of funny because I pulled up and I see like the Epiphagies outside
Yeah.
the restaurant, and I'm like, are those supposed to be black people? Are they picking in a field?
Oh my lord.
Bruh.
And
No.
and my dad is like, Alex, why are you doing this right now? I was like, no, because I feel like you brought me somewhere
No, exactly.
trying to be slick.
Trying to be slick.
And I was like, and I feel like they made him light skinned, trying to be real slick. About it.
Right. Light skin.
I was like, but I see them cornrows on that one gentleman. And I see homegirl looking at him. I was like, all right. All right. Then our waiter had a I Heart Trump band on, and I was like,
Oh,
I didn't know they could
All right,
do.
time
I
to get
didn't know
out.
they could do
Get
that.
out.
Yep, time to get out.
You are not my server.
I didn't know like in a professional like facility like that you can
Right.
let you.
Well,
Because
Political message.
Yeah.
You know,
let me wear my
let it have been a Black
Lives
Yeah.
Matters sweater that I got for Christmas, and then at least
oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay because I had my wonderful sweater that said, "Caution, melanin advisory, always popping."
Mm.
And
Okay.
you
Go
know,
off.
Okay.
I made sure to ask a lot of colored questions for him,
Yeah.
you know, to give him some education on
Educate
what I
him.
would desire. I said, "What would you prefer to eat here for a person of color?"
Right. You said
Oh.
that?
No, I did not say that yet. I'm not that reckless.
Ooh, I'm dead. Like
I'm
really
not that
wish.
reckless.
That's an
No, but
experiment.
we were. I'm not gonna lie. We were a little petty. We were a little childish because he would come by, and you know, my stepmom and my sister would just make comments like, "Oh, this drink, it's making my skin feel so lovely." And I'm like, "Oh my god, y'all are so embarrassing."
Yeah, that's funny though. I'm sorry.
Guys, like
This was in Florida?
it was in Florida. No, Florida is actually like low key. Really is a red state. Like being out there was very.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
definitely, for sure.
oh, I was like, this is racism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hot. It's real
I
hot.
was like, wow. And I guess for me, like and you know, 2020 was really like a wake up call for me because I personally have not experienced racism firsthand up
Mhm.
until I became around 22 years of age. My skin started leveling out, but I've always been a victim of colorism,
Right.
where because of the color of my skin, people just immediately assume that like, I guess I'm Caucasian. I don't know.
No,
Right.
I've gotten that a lot, especially because growing up, like I said, I went to a white Catholic school from like 1st to 8th grade. I was literally like the only black girl there, and it was like
Wow.
they didn't, to them it was like, okay, she's black, but I never experienced the racism.
Yes.
But then it was like once I went to high school and I was around like other black people and stuff like that, it was like, oh no, Frankie, like you have to be mixed. All of a sudden everybody thinks I'm mixed. My freshman year, it's like, either you're black and white, oh no, you're Spanish, just different stuff like that, and everybody just assumes that like I've been told all the time, like, oh, you're the whitest black person I've ever met, because I don't, I'd rather listen to Ariana than listen to rap, and I can't dance, and
it's
you
like,
know,
what
they're
is
like,
that? What does that
Yeah.
actually mean though?
yeah, they're like,
to
you
then be
speak
put in a
proper.
box.
Yeah, they're like, you
Right.
speak really proper, and I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just speaking. So
Or the
no,
quote, you talk white.
yeah,
And
no,
it's like-
definitely. I've definitely heard, that a lot. And I felt like it was sometimes I felt like I didn't like mix in well, like with like the other black girls, because sometimes I was like, oh, like, I always just felt that there was like a struggle to fit in, like with them, because I was like with the, the other black girls, because I just didn't know. It was just a
Right.
struggle sometimes, because I felt like they looked at me like, oh, she's too Caucasian, even though I'm not even, Caucasian,
And it's such an unrealistic social norm that they put on you for that, because it's like, where is the handbook or the manual that says you're supposed to act like this because of the color of your skin, or you're supposed to act like this because how you're raised? Because I can't tell you how many times people have told me that, oh, he talks white. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Because I took cursive classes, because I took classes where I had to learn what was it? I think we have 5 vowels, but I learned the 6th one. It's like everybody has such a different norm for what it means to be. For me, it's mixed because I'm not even, Caucasian. I'm a West Indian and a Puerto Rican, but my father has light skin like a Caucasian man. So it was hard for me, my family, because my mother is my father is like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It stinks.
But like I also learned like during that time to just like, really I don't know. It was a huge, like, high school was definitely a huge learning period with that because I had never really, experienced that. And, I had to do a lot of like internal reflection with myself as well, because, I found myself kind of falling into, I found myself viewing things in certain like stereotypical ways that, I should have never been, looking at in that way. But like, I don't know, like I've just, and through everything that's been happening, like recently, I've just really been learning to, just embrace my Blackness and not be, don't shy away from it and don't just, feel like I'm, like I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
I think that you're you, and you should just be the best you that you can be.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's what we've been doing up until we went into that environment where now they wanted to put all these different. Well, no, you're mixed, so you have to do mixed girl things, and it's like, why can't I just do what I want to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why can't I just do what I've been doing? Why is there now rules? Because you want there to be rules. It's like, it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
But I guess, getting back to like what I started with, like, it's just been a reflective time for me because like the color of my skin has never been a variable that I've ever thought about up until I got older. And going to Florida, racism was just kind of like, whoa, like this is really something that happens. And it was something that I really thought about because I was like, wow, this is really something that people are dealing with on such a grand scale. And I say people because I didn't want to just make that about myself when I haven't had real experiences like that. But only recently, literally this year was the first year I've ever experienced racism at my job, racism online. I had racism happen to me at this one restaurant back in like June of last year. It was like, I was like, wow, this is a real issue. And I was like, and this really needs to be handled immediately.
Yeah, I think also
Obama,
it's like we think of racism like somebody just coming up to you and like saying slurs, but it can also be like following you around stores.
Microaggressions.
Or you're so well spoken.
I mean that's
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like every Black person has, even if it's not like someone comes up to you and calls you the N-word, it's still like racism somewhere.
Since we're talking about like racism and slurs, I know like in our culture, this N-word pass, the N-word is a common thing. And how do y'all feel about like the N-word like pass?
The pass,
because to me it's not a thing. It's not a thing, but
yeah, I've never given one.
I've never given one either. It's not a thing.
I don't feel like one person. I don't feel like somebody can. I mean,
exactly.
Like not all Black people are cool with that. So I feel like you can't speak for the whole Black community and say, okay, you can say it just because you're cool. Exactly. You listen to rap and you're not racist. So now
I just feel like in my presence, have enough respect for me not to say it. Like if you say it, say it. When I'm not around, I can't control that. But like, don't say that in front of my presence and like be disrespectful.
Exactly.
Like, we're not saying in my presence.
We're not gonna do that. Like ever. Don't ever think to do that. Like
This the Audacity for me. Audacity was on sale all last year. Like for real. Audacity
it was though. It really was though.
How do you guys feel about the idea of reverse racism? Do you believe it exists? I don't.
No.
Reverse racism?
No.
Yeah, basically the fact that if I go to a white person, I can be racist to a white person.
You can be prejudiced to a white person.
Yeah, you can be prejudiced to a white person.
Yeah,
because white people are not oppressed.
That's
exactly.
Yeah, if you
exactly.
So wait, are you meaning on the technicality that white people are not a race, so you can't be racist to them?
No, I think she means
No.
like because Black people don't have like the power to oppress white people in
Like,
America.
yeah,
We can't
like
be racist.
Yeah.
like the history shown, like,
Institutionally, because that's what racism basically
Yeah,
is.
because like if you
Well, I feel
Google-
like Black people, I feel like we as a race, we don't have the ability to be institutionalized racism to somebody else, but I do feel like we have the ability to be racist mentally, where when we see a white person,
yeah,
we can feel negative attributes and things like that. However, I don't feel that Black people have that precedented off of just nothing. I feel like it comes from
Yeah.
us seeing
yeah,
like,
and that's why I was
Exactly.
like, I feel like it's more of like a prejudice thing because either way, it
yes,
doesn't matter what I say to, like a white person, if I were to like be as, sound like what, like racist or whatever,
Mhm.
they're never going to be oppressed. They're still going to have
right.
the higher leverage, compared to us. So it really doesn't matter. So like I feel like we can definitely be prejudiced, but I don't believe that you can be racist.
Yeah, we can be
I agree.
prejudiced and exhibit.
Yeah, you can definitely
racial,
be prejudiced.
Yeah, and exhibit
You know?
racial
Definitely.
bias, but we can't necessarily, we can't be racist.
We can't suppress them because either way they're still,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
See, and I really thought that you meant it in the philosophical sense of like the actual race of it all. Cause I'm like, I mean, that makes perfect sense. I'm like, because we are the original race. I'm like, and I'm not being disrespectful, the Caucasian gene is a mutation. So
Right.
it's not as if, I'm looking down on this race, but at the same time, I'm like, there's really no way we can be racist to you because
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not,
there's no power we've been given
yeah,
to
we don't have a power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, that
we just
power.
don't
Yeah.
have that.
Mhm.
we can
Yeah.
dislike you strongly,
Yeah.
and a lot of us are uncomfortable with you, but
Yeah.
we can't do much.
Exactly.
I mean, and I'm the first person to tell somebody like I have love for all people,
Yeah.
but I would be lying if I sat here and said that, when I see a cop drive by and he's white, I feel fear and
Right.
I feel scared, and it's because you have shown me that
Yeah.
As
you should.
it's a
As you
pattern.
should.
It's racism and a pattern, patternized racism, and it's like,
Yeah, but
You
one
know.
thing I will say is I'm very like just through everything that's kind of been happening recently, I'm very thankful, to see the amount of, like my white friends who who never understood, the kind of things that I had to deal with,
Yeah.
growing up, the amount of them who have like stuck by and have really
Yeah.
been educating themselves to the point where they know more than I do,
Yeah.
like about like certain aspects. Like I'm honestly, it's been so nice to see how many people have like rallied around as well. And I feel like, those people also deserve, a lot of praise because they've really, I have friends of mine that have, gone against things that their parents say. Their parents have different ideologies and they're over here like, nah, this is what's
And we
going
love
on.
to
And they're
see it.
willing to, argue with their parents, about something this strongly. So I'm very, I wanted to kind of take the time and also recognize them that they're very much appreciated, for all that they've been
We
doing.
thank y'all, any Caucasian person that is listening to this. If you have stood up for us, we love you.
Yeah,
We love you.
we
Thank
really
you.
do.
God,
Nice.
Yeah.
We really do. Yeah.
I had
We
a
want
friend.
you to be known.
I had a friend like
Yeah.
ask me basically like how do you feel like after like everything happened with Breonna Taylor and like the cases, and he was like, what is there anything I can do? And I was like, just having these conversations like this like staying informed,
and not having them be uncomfortable. They want to learn, and they're doing everything that they can to, help the situation. So
exactly.
I'm very
or even
grateful.
the willingness to be uncomfortable and have
That's that as well.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely a great year for that. Like,
I really hope one day that racism just kind of just leaves, because it just doesn't make sense. It's like I don't know. Some people say it's mental illness. I think it's just how people are raised. Like it's just a mindset.
It is a
It's
mindset, definitely.
It's like why? Like what? Where? And I feel like it would make more sense if some of us could levitate things with our thoughts and a couple handful of us could walk on water. I feel like that would make racism more understandable. It's like, okay, you have abilities I don't have. But it's like all of us are the same. Like we all function the same. We all eat, we all sleep, we all fall in love, we all have sex. It's like, I don't get why anybody's racist, but don't mind me. I'm just a fan.
Yeah, no, it's.
You know, it's
I
like.
think America is still like we're still trying to get to that first step of like acknowledging it's real in the first place.